It's been a long time since the release of a great single-player RPG title from Bethesda. Starfield then is the next big title and the next great hope. The new Sci-Fi Space RPG will be the first spaceborne title from the studio and arguably the first AAA RPG set in space for years. So, right now not a whole lot is known about Starfield, and it seems that Bethesda are making a conscious effort to not make the same mistakes made with Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red. It's all too easy nowadays to overhype a title and then release something rather broken. And of course, Bethesda are no strangers to this after the wide range of problems with the Fallout 76. Current rumours are that Starfield will make an appearance at E3, and to be honest, these are probably more than just rumours at this point. In Microsoft's promotional image for E3, the planet from the 2018 Starfield trailer is very prominent, and industry figures such as Jason Schreier have also stated that Starfield will appear at E3 during Microsoft's presentation. And this quite neatly brings us on to the game's exclusivity. Whilst this hasn't been officially confirmed, it seems very likely that Starfield will be an Xbox and PC exclusive. Just due to Microsoft's purchase really of ZeniMax, it does make complete sense. After all, this cost Microsoft $7.5 billion, so they will be wanting to take full advantage of that purchase. Additionally on this topic, VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb has gone on record as saying that Starfield is indeed an Xbox and PC exclusive. And some of you have been following along will no doubt remember that there were some talks about it being a timed exclusive for PS5. I guess that's no longer a thing. Now, with new information likely coming in a matter of days now, many people are wondering about release dates. For a long while, 2021 was the speculated release date for the game to arrive. However, numerous journalists have gone on the record as saying that Starfield is a 2022 release. Whilst that is far from official confirmation, it can often be considered pretty accurate information when multiple journalists confirm the same information. And personally, I will admit that I'm a little disappointed that Starfield might be so far away. As a single-player, space-based RPG is one of my most desired titles. But that said, I'd rather Bethesda take as long as possible and get things right. After all, there's been far too many AAA release disasters lately. Now, with all that out of the way, what can we expect from Starfield as a game? Well, at this point, it seems very likely that it will follow the traditional Elder Scrolls and the Fallout template, but also should be far larger in many respects. Players will own a spaceship, possibly more than one, and also be able to visit multiple planets. Based on the last heard information about planets, Bethesda will be using a form of limited procedural generation for these locations. However, whether players will have access to entire worlds or limited areas on any specific planet isn't yet known. Interestingly, Bethesda have said that space travel will be dangerous. Here's a direct quote on that. "Travelling in space in our game, I want to say it's like flight in the 40s, like it's dangerous. It's still dangerous to go out and explore, even though lots of people do it." So with the knowledge that Starfield is going to be a big game, both in terms of its functionality as well as in terms of its environment, you may be wondering, what engine is it going to run on? Well, it's going to be running on the creation engine that Bethesda have been using for decades now. However, Todd Howard has said that, it's been significantly upgraded. In fact, he classes this as a major rewrite. I guess we'll have to see how that turns out. Moving on, some leaked screenshots, or allegedly leaked screenshots, give us an idea of how things will look. Unfortunately, these images are extremely limited in what they reveal, and these were from WCC Tech, I do believe. For example, we can't really learn anything from this image. It appears that the character, though, is in front of a structure of some type. Whether this is a wall, a building, interior, or even a part of a ship or a station is completely a mystery. However, what it does show us is the visual aesthetic of Starfield that it's going for. To me, it's kind of reminiscent of the visuals in Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien movie, and indeed many other sci-fis from around that time period. Another leaked image gives us a bit of an indication as to the style of the technology available, and based on this helmet at least, it looks as though at least a part of the tech goes for a more functional aesthetic above all else, kind of a cross perhaps between Doom and Dead Space. The images also show that it will be possible to play the game in both third-person and first-person modes, and this really shouldn't be too surprising, as both Elder Scrolls and Fallout really do allow for this. Now, there is further information out there which I don't want to dwell on too much, as it's far from being confirmed, but some of it includes the ability to join various factions, players being able to build and modify their own ships, as well as gravity playing some part in the game in some way. Whether that means a full-on zero-G or just planets with a different gravity isn't entirely clear. But time will tell on all of this, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. So that's the limited information we have available just so far. More information hopefully coming in the next week or so. Starfield, of course, for me at least, is a highly anticipated title. Don't want to hype it up, I think we need to avoid hyping, but I do want a huge world and a huge sci-fi title with spaceships, the ability to travel to planet, and even get involved in the space combat and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, let's see how it goes. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.